So there is a player at Monaco right now who's been quickly putting together one of the most impressive attacking profiles in League 1. Clubs like Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City, even Real Madrid have all had scouts watching him. His name, Maghnes Akliouche. And I think a lot of people are still sleeping on just how good of a player he actually is. Let's change all of that. Big up to everybody in the building. Thing I would say about Akliouche is that he doesn't fit the typical mold of a modern winger. So when you think of a modern winger, you think about them being, I guess, somewhat direct. They want to be their man. They want to get to the byline and deliver. But now he's a little bit different. His first and foremost is he's a creator, a connector, someone who makes the team tick rather than someone trying to be the main event himself. He tries to model his game on players like Zidane, Iniesta, Özil, and you can actually see those influences when you watch him. The way he scans before receiving the ball, the speed at which he releases passes, his vision for a through ball that nobody else in the stadium has even seen yet, it's crazy. He's a player who is constantly available, constantly moving to offer options. And when he does get the ball, his speed of release is one of his best traits. He sees the pass early and gets it off quickly before defenders can even have time to close that space. And when he does shoot, and this is the part that surprises people, he is deadly accurate. Shooting accuracy of 61% puts him in the 98th percentile. He scores roughly every 5 shots. The issue is not the quality of his finishing, it's just the volume. So at Monaco, Akliouche has been used in multiple positions and roles. As a 10 in a 3-4-1-2, as a wide right midfielder in a 4-4-2, and sometimes he's even been used as a second striker. That positional flexibility is a massive asset for any manager, don't care who you are. You are not buying a player who can only do one thing in one system, you're buying someone who understands football well enough to be able to adapt. And what he does well in all of these roles is the same. He connects, plays a connector. He drops into the pockets between the lines, receives under pressure, and gets the ball to someone in a better position as quickly as possible if he's not going to take the shot. There's a selflessness to his game that you do not always see in these attacking players. And I do think that's going to be something that quite a lot of clubs might potentially be looking at this summer. On top of that, his defensive contribution has also improved massively since making his Monaco debut. He wins tackles, he blocks passes, his coach gave him more defensive responsibility, and he took the bat and ran with it, especially as the season went on. That tells you something about his mentality. He's not just here for the tricks and flicks. Of course, we know that he can do those, but he's also there for the defensive side of the game. And I do think for a player who can do both sides of the game pretty well, especially the attacking side, of course, but he's got that defensive nous in his locker. That's always going to bode well, especially for those clubs looking for just that. Let's look at some of the weaknesses from Akliouche. He's not a perfect player, of course, and we don't actually expect him to be. He's got the tools to become a really, really good player. But one of his biggest issues is his shot volume. For a player with his shooting accuracy and XG per shot numbers, both in the 90th percentile, he simply does not shoot enough. He averages just over 2 shots per 90 minutes. That is way too low for an attacking player of his quality. Now, the second area that you could potentially look at is his ball retention under pressure. He gets dispossessed at a rate that puts him in quite low percentile. His slender frame makes him susceptible to physical challenges, and his body positioning when shielding the ball does need a little bit of work. Against a Premier League or Bundesliga defender who is bigger and stronger, that could be a real problem. And I say could, on the emphasis on could, because you never really know. And lastly, I would say is his aerial ability. By any standard, even for a winger, his aerial win percentage is extremely low. In a league like the Premier League, and especially this season for what we've seen with set pieces, long throw-ins and free kicks, the game is getting a lot more physical and direct, and that is something he would definitely need to adapt to. Is your team the right team for him? Let me know. The big question is Akliouche worth the money? So Monaco value him at a minimum of 70 million euros. He has no release clause. French contracts do not allow them. So whoever wants him is going to have to pay some real money. And here's my honest take on whether he is worth it. If you're a team that plays transition football, values combination play through the lines, and wants a creator who works hard without the ball, he will fit perfectly. So again, you're looking at teams like maybe an Arsenal, potentially a Newcastle. Both systems probably would suit him perfectly. The concern, obviously, is his physicality. He has not been tested in a league as intense as the Premier League or a Bundesliga just yet. That transition is not always smooth for players of his build, but the technical quality and the football intelligence are undeniable. Cue Cherky. At 24 years of age, he's also entering the prime years of his development. This is not a project type of signing. This is a player who slightly is kind of ready now, if I'm being 100% honest with you. If you're a club, can kind of get him for around 70 million, or even less, and use him correctly as a creator in the system that protects him physically, but also gives him the license to express himself. I'm telling you now, you're getting a real player on your hands. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, people. Hope you guys like the video. If you've not seen all the other breakdowns from Lamine Camara or a Diomande, make sure you check those videos out right now. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.